Yeah, so I had the benefit of, studying at, well, two different quality schools, one for music, which was Berkeley up in Boston, and then, getting it more into the Dharma and studying out in Colorado at Naropa University. And, my experience out there was, was real good. It helped to bring me more into the stream, the consciousness and the Dharma, and then that slowly that led me to become or to be here, and I would say the similarities or certain things that you've talked about in terms of the Dharma and the healing wisdom, things like that, and I definitely see that in your works and your beingness. But I'd say what separates it is definitely having the music as an aspect is a big difference. There were certain teachers out there and musical teachers, but I wouldn't consider them a master of spiritual beingness, or it's a different flavor. So here it's been very consistent and very your beingness is very consistent, like we were just talking about, going, whether we're here or whether we're out, somewhere else, the stream and the consciousness, and your
that's what practice stabilizes. Your brain waves, your mind, your self stuff. That could be useful. It might be boring for the next person. I say I'm with this guy and he's like a dead man. He cracks these silly jokes here and there, little bursts of like flashes of life, but for the most part, guy's dead. Boring. Both of those are true. Yeah. So there's a time to be alive and a time to be beyond. See? We have to balance the two in order to have a certain kind of life we can call practice, life of practice. There's this taking on and then the letting go of, which is a very important process. Identification with and then non-identification. Letting go, just dissolving. Karma. Being it and then releasing it. And that's the practice, that's the breathing. The inhaling, the exhaling, it's yoga practice. That's yoga practice. So where you were, I'm assuming you had yogis. And yoga was the main stay there.
Sure.
Everybody's doing some form of yoga. Higher yoga, Gyan yoga, philosophic yoga. Some, I'm sure, are doing the Hatha yogas and various other kinds of, subtle yogas, breathing yogas, pranayama, and physical yogas, emotional yogas, bhakti yogas, because they're all about devotion to gurus and so on.
Sure.
So all of this is pretty much, the norm for yogis. So the whole idea there, in terms of guru worship, it's not worshipping an ego, it's worshipping a state of consciousness, which is very important to understand. And so for people relating to what we're doing, and what I'm playing from is a state of consciousness, not like a school particularly. It's how I'm feeling and what my practice warrants in a particular situation. And some clubs warrant a certain playing that I have to admit is just unique to that moment. And it's not what I can rehearse or I can't fake it. It just is that moment. So you have to be genuine in the moment and real, and make sure that you're staying in a relative state of balance. And this is a helpful practice. And it's good that you're able to come here and prove to yourself that wherever you are, you can find practice and continue the practice. And I think that's what a teacher's supposed to make obvious to you, is that practice is not a momentary thing where you just go into your little cubby hole and your closet or your little private tent, right? and then that's it. And then you get out of there, and then you're out of practice. Now, practice is a continuum. You have to breathe it. You have to become it. You need to surrender your neuroses into the fire of true heart practice.